The woman explained there was a man on the train carrying a bag. His name was Prin, but that wasn't his real name. Prin would get off at the last station. If Mike could find this man and his bag, he would be rewarded with $100,000. At first Mike thought she was joking, but she was dead serious. She even knew about Mike's past as a police officer. Mike was stunned. The woman gave him no chance to ask more questions. She simply got up and left the train. Though he didn't fully understand what was happening, Mike went to the restroom and began searching around. To his shock, he actually found a package hidden inside a vent. Inside the package was $25,000. Mike chuckled at first, then felt uneasy. Still, he pocketed the money and began searching the train for Prin, just as the woman had described. A strange mission had quietly begun. He approached the conductor, trying to ask about passengers matching the description, but the conductor laughed. How could he remember anyone with so many people on board? Mike walked through the entire train from start to end, but finding one person among thousands was nearly impossible. He stared at the bag of money in hesitation. Suddenly a girl boarded and asked Mike if he had accepted the assignment. Mike refused, but the girl shoved an envelope into his hand. She warned him that by taking the money he had already agreed. They were watching him. When the doors closed, Mike opened the envelope. Inside was a wedding ring. Stunned, he realized it was his wife's. Looking toward the girl, Mike knew there was no way to escape now. Wanting to reach his family, Mike borrowed a phone from an acquaintance, but inside the tunnel there was no signal. He had to move to another car to find one. At that moment, another acquaintance stopped him, saying he had noticed the strange woman watching Mike closely. Mike borrowed a newspaper from him, carefully scribbling a hidden plea for help on it. He knew his acquaintance would be getting off at the next station, and since he was under constant surveillance, passing a message this way was the only way to call the police. As the train exited the tunnel, the phone signal returned slightly. Mike returned the newspaper, patting his acquaintance's hand as a sign. He tried calling his wife multiple times, but none of the calls went through. Realizing how serious things had become, Mike called a former colleague from his police days, but the call went unanswered. He could only leave a voicemail. Soon the train arrived at a station. His acquaintance glanced at Mike, clearly having read the hidden message. Just then, a man suddenly rushed onto the train. Mike immediately noticed him and tried to follow, but his phone rang, cutting him off. The woman's voice told him to look out the window at the intersection.